Welcome back, everyone. It's Sunday. Today the sun is shining in Wales, although it is a little bit chilly. And given the fact that we've all had the announcement from Frontier Developments in regards to the balance and the ongoing balance, I'm back doing that exciting thing called mining. Mining Painite. Now, Painite is currently going on some of the sites, as you noticed, in some of the stations, for about 980,000 credits per ton. However, these are few and far between. I'm currently getting about 580 credits per ton when I go out and I sell it. However, I'm currently stocking up. I've just sold an awful load. I got about 3 billion credits now, which I think is working quite well towards, the carrier sustainment fund, which is what it is. And who knows what else is going to happen when Elite Dangerous Odyssey comes out. There have been, people thinking, is there a base, or can I build bases? I mean, how much is a base going to cost you if a fleet carrier costs you 5 billion credits? I mean, that's what you got to think about. So we're back in the same old place. I'm in the Hades sector, DBX D1-112, Planet 2. Yes, folks, Planet 2. And I know everyone's saying, oh no, not mining again. Got to do it, mate. Got to do it. We've got to be doing it, because now is the only time you're going to get a little bit of added credits per tonnage for what you mine. So typically that's the situation. They're going to be adjusting combat, they're going to be adjusting trade, exploration, mining. I mean, mining is exactly what it says it is. Mining the asteroids is going to be staged in difficulty. So what I'm doing here, laser mining, I think that is the easiest form of mining you can possibly have. As a result of which, it's probably going to candor the less amount of credit. Void, opals, and painite, and low temperature diamonds have been sort of like singled out as for taking a bit of a nerf. When I say a nerf, their cost is going to be devalued. So that goes without saying. But I've always thought that combat and perhaps exploration feeds in better to what we think Elite Dangerous is. It's all about, blazing your own path across the galaxy. Great, brilliant. Glad you said that. Blazing your path across the galaxy, because sitting in an asteroid field mining is not really that, is it? If you look at it objectively, I think. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're mining. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. So, on with the mining and prospecting and things like that. So I've been doing a couple of missions as well that supply different areas with other low price minerals and materials, and I've been making some pretty good money on that as well. People have been buying the Painite directly off the fleet carrier, which has been good. And as a result, I've been making quite a bit of money. So it's about 3 billion I've got. That's still, I think, not enough. When I say not enough, is nowhere near enough, is it? Nowhere near enough. So what I'm going to do is mine this asteroid, dump it all on the carrier, and then zoom off later on this afternoon and attempt to sell it somewhere. That's typically the plan. So welcome to those who have just joined the stream. Haven't really been doing that much, to be perfectly honest. But hey, that's the way it goes. Now, last week I was doing, I wasn't doing any mining last week, was I? What I was doing, in fact, was at the Guardian bases. Got the videos up, no problems there. They're on the channel and you can view them at your leisure. But what I was doing was collecting and farming all the Guardian materials. And I enjoyed that after I initially turned around and thought, well, okay, where are all the pylons that I have to charge up? And once I got that, everything seemed to be fine. I could progress around it and get around there in about 4 or 5 minutes, charge it up, destroy the sentinels and all that. You know, it was what it was. So, good stuff. And now, like I say, with all these changes coming to Elite Dangerous, they want to get it ready for... They want to get it ready, don't they, really, for Odyssey. And you've seen the fact that Elite Dangerous is now free on the Epic Store. So good to go and get yourself another commander, should you be able to. Get that installed quick. Get yourself another commander. Right. So, another boring asteroid field. Right, so we found a couple of rocks with some Painite in it. Let's get mining. Hello, Nigel. How are you doing? How is sunny Florida? So most of the community, I think, I mean, yesterday I logged on to go and sell some of the stuff that I'd collected and mined. Couldn't get on. I was getting connection errors. Every man and his dog was on Elite Dangerous doing mining, you know. And you can't blame people for this. Right, all that's done. What's next? Over to this rock over here. And kind of like I was saying, it's if a fleet carrier is going to cost you... Am I getting crushed between two? I am. If a fleet carrier is going to cost you 5 billion... If Frontier decide to put base building into Elite Dangerous Odyssey, how much do you think that's going to cost you? That will cost an arm and a leg. You watch all the fleet carriers get scrapped then. So, it's worthwhile making a bit of money. And I've always maintained that I'm doing this because I want to go and do some Thargoid shooting. I went and got some Guardian materials. The Guardian materials were, let's say, pretty straightforward. Once I'd worked out exactly what it was I had to do on the Guardian site. So I'd done it a couple of years ago and I'd forgotten about it and got used to throwing the SRV around and things like that. You know, it was pretty straightforward. So there's my flying monkeys of limpets. God, it just seems like yesterday I was talking about these. Picking up all the material. I am mining virtually everything. Nothing there that I need. This one over here, however, has about 5% in it, I think. Which is not a hell of a lot at all. Granted, it isn't. But it's ironic how I was talking on one of my Sunday streams a couple of weeks back to say, hey, you know, I think changes are coming and I'm going to do some mining because I'm running out of money and my fleet carrier needs money and what have you. And lo and behold, am I Italian? No, mate, I'm Welsh. Like pizza, though. Lasagna and all that. But then again, so does Garfield the cat. So, and also there's an awful lot of new players knocking about. Judging by, you know, what's happening on my video stream. So you can see who's watching what videos and how things are going. A lot of interest in the Reboot and Restart series where I started out with a new commander. And that takes me back again to saying that Epic Games have got the option of having Elite Dangerous and Elite Dangerous Horizons free for everybody. And it's usually good to get a second commander as well, see, because, you know, you might want your main commander in the bubble, where we are, and then another commander, say, in Colonia or down in the Witch Head Nebula. Well, this is an option of doing it without spending the best part of $24 or 19 British pounds. You know, yeah, and it's always good to go back and appreciate some of the bigger ships that you've been flying around in and realize, hey, you know, you've got a Sidewinder here and you can't get much in that, and you think you're really flying when, you know, you've got yourself into a hauler with 16 tons of cargo space, and all the rest of it. And then when you finally get to that Cobra Mark III, that quintessential elite dangerous ship, right? Then you think, oh, this is it, this is brilliant, I'm going to fly the Cobra forever. And then here I am in an Imperial cutter. Does make me laugh sometimes, it really does. So I've gone and got my kids, they've had PCs lately. So what they've done is they've gone and got themselves on the Epic Store a new Elite Dangerous instance. Good for them, I say. Right, let's maximize our collector limpets out there. Silver and Painite over there. I've been really struggling with sort of balancing the amount of limpets to cargo space. Typically I leave about 40 tons. You see, I've burnt through that, especially with these limpet controllers. Burnt through that, no problem. Don't like throwing things away. Don't like throwing limpets away, because that's my profit, right? You know, I mean, okay, they're only about, what, a couple of hundred each. You know, but money's money at the end of the day, whether it's in-game money or not. So, and in regards to what's going on with Elite Dangerous, there's been an awful lot of people, you know, moaning about things. At the end of the day, it's their game. They're going to change it regardless. If they think they're going to change things for the better, that's what they're going to do. And there was a caveat, I think, in the email that struck me, which was, yeah, well, we're going to go through a constant bit of balancing. And this balancing is... it's going to take place over a while. We'll start next week. So that's going to be like the 20th or something. What day is it today? like the 23rd, 24th, so early next week. And they're going to start with mining and putting the prices in. And there's going to be a Galnet entry that people are going to be able to see. That's going to base it all in story. You know, well, hey, mining, yes, it's not worth as much as what it used to be. Let's have a Galnet article about it. So when that comes out, I'll be sure to do a video and see what happens. We'll do a breaking news video, I think. Xiba, how's it going? 07 to you, Commander. So yeah, we've got 5 more tons in the cargo hold at the moment. This is gallite, don't need any of that. What's that? Gallite, don't want gallite. So yeah, it's been a very interesting week, I think, for Elite Dangerous players. Obviously a huge bit of focus around mining and the changes they've got there. But for me, personally, I welcome the changes that are going to happen around combat. I've always thought combat and exploration should be the most lucrative things in the game. I don't know. Change my mind, people. Do you think combat and exploration should be the most highest paid professions, should we say, or occupations in Elite Dangerous? I think so. I do. Mining, okay, it's been a good way of getting cash, and you know, I sure have built up. I got $1 billion there in my own pocket, and then on the carrier, 1.7 billion. I'm probably going to hit another 300, 400,000 here. That'll take it over 2 billion. So I'd be 3 billion knocking about. What's all that about? Zabadak, I completely agree with you. Combat should indeed be on top. It really should. Followed very closely by exploration. Everyone should be proficient in combat, I think. Yeah, combat should be top pay. I mean, it's very close between that, I think, and exploration, to be honest. So they could probably, you know, put the two of them possibly together. But, you know, mining, nah. So how are they going to nerf mining? You say, if they lower how much you can make, it won't take long for them to find a new material to mine. Yeah, but they're going to... Well, if you look at what Painite is, right? Painite, you can get 980,000 credits per ton. So they're going to limit that to something like 600,000, which is still pretty good, right? Still pretty good. You know, it's not going to be blinding, don't get me wrong, but it's still a pretty good earn. It's not as good as the earn is at the moment, though, is it? And I think that's the whole point of it. And this is where I think there's a big debate going on as to what's going on. Right, that's done. Let's prospect something else. There's a nice rock there to prospect. Oh no, my cargo bay's full. Quick, fire off some more limpets. Well, yeah, the thing with carriers, right? The big thing with carriers, they weren't expecting everyone to go out there and mine their little socks off. Right? And now carriers, I mean, all right, let's just look at this system alone. right? Now, I'm not... Right, so I'm in the Hades sector, right? Okay. Look at this. Look at this. Each one of them costs 5 billion. Stock. So what? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Got about 50 there, right? That's an exorbitant amount of money. I think they were hoping there'd be like, I don't know, about 200, 300 carriers at the most. And now look at that. You've got more than that just in this one system. You see? I don't know. It's interesting times, fellas. Interesting times. I think... Oh, I'm going to say something very hypocritical now, because I've got a fleet carrier. Alright, I bought it because I had the channel. I have found it very easy to bounce around the map when there's community goals, and like that thing with the Adamastor that happened over Halloween. That was great. There was like hundreds of light years going on in regards to that. And with the fleet carrier, you know, 15 minutes, bang, and you're there. You can go out, have a cup of tea, and all that. Great, brilliant. I think, you know, it does me. And this is where the hypocritical bit of me comes in. I didn't think there would be as many fleet carriers. I don't think Frontier did either. You know, and you're right? I mean, combat missions, even the rescue missions that have been happening, along with the Galnet articles, with all the terrorism that's been going on inside the game, that's been the same as well. It's been a refreshing change of palette as well, right? For the game, because you get bored at looking at black all the time. I remember I played another game as well, Subnautica, and Subnautica is a great game. You're stranded on an island, and it's a survival game, and you know it's very blue and there's fish everywhere, and it's lovely. You go out and do some exploring over towards Colonia, that sort of thing, and the difference in colours, it takes a time to register. You're actually playing the same game. You know? I've got to dump some limpets who were... Where's me limpets? There it is. Yeah, limpets are done. And it's quite good. Even here, there are people are saying, oh, you know, it doesn't need rebalancing, and then others are coming on saying, yes, it does. I agree, it does need to be balanced. But before it does, I'm doing some mining. I'm going to make some money. That's why I'm doing this. So when you think about, you know, what Frontier is trying to do, and there's been nerfs to certain money-making schemes or fixes to hot fixes and all the rest of it. Like, you know, we were talking a couple of weeks ago in regards to, say, Ricardos mines. Now, for those who don't know what Ricardos mines is, Ricardos is a system. There's Ricardos and there's Cios and there's So This. Basically down in the same area. And as soon as I mine this rock here, I will show you where it is. Anyway, the gag was with Ricardos mines, you could buy slaves at, say, I don't know, let's just say 900 credits per ton of slaves, and then sell them straight back for like 10 times the amount. People were making money without even going anywhere, right? People were making money left, right, and centre. And, you know, it was a game dynamic. I get it. There you go. So there's always been something happening within the game. There's been the old Skimmer Missions, where you could stack, like, up to 50 missions. And then once you'd stacked your missions, You go down, and every time you shot at a skimmer at a base, that would count against all the other missions. Right, so here you are. There's Robigo down there, right? And there's Cios, and so this is all down there as well. Get good passenger missions down there still. Robigo Mines, that was, you know, I mean, we're talking before Guardian engineered bloody FTLs. So you can see where we are now in the Hades sector, and then you can see where old Robigo is. It's quite a way. So there's always been something for Frontier to get in there and do, right? Right, so let's have a look. What's going on here? All my limpets. It hasn't picked up Painite for some reason. Where's that? Well, why hasn't it picked that up? Because I haven't got any collector limpets. Everybody, collector limpets for some reason have all run out. Do you know what? I think you're right though. The mining, and you're right there, economy has killed the game. TRITIUM, how you doing? It has. And they were right in their press release. They were utterly right in their press release, where they turned around and they said, within a few hours, a new commander can go out there and buy an Anaconda, or one of the expensive ships. Whereas I remember when I went through the game, it took me quite a while just to get to the Cobra Mark III. And when I had, I thought, oh, this is great. You know, I didn't actually go for an Anaconda for a while. I stayed at the Python level because the Python was a ship that, for me, was so much fun. It was nimble, it was quick. You know, you could... Hello, everyone who's joining. Happy Sunday, everybody. Yeah, the Python for me was the great all-round multi-purpose ship. Now, of course, you've got the same sort of choice in the same area with the Crate. Those of you who follow the channel as well know that I bomb around in an Asp Explorer a lot. Okay? And the Asp Explorer is great. So you've got the Crate Phantom, which is another answer to the old Asp Explorer, just as the Crate is the answer to the Python. Very similar loadouts you can get. But as for going for Anacondas, I mean, I've got one, I think, somewhere. I've got an Anaconda. Got a Corvette. I've got quite a few ships. Not to boast, but I've been playing it for 6 years. So I've got I've flown most of the ships and engineered them all up. But my big point to all of this is that new commanders should be stuck at a certain level for a certain time. And you're right, the Python is a fantastic ship. And normally I use it for mining. But I am using the good old cutter because it allows me to get loads and loads and loads of cargo space. And I got to use it for something, otherwise it's just gathering dust in a hangar somewhere. Oh, collector limpets have expired. Right, so collector limpets are expiring left and right. Yeah, you're right. A lot of players do want. Look at that, I got my alerts working. Woohoo! Leroy Darkside, thank you very much for subscribing. Your patronage is indeed welcome, and I hope you enjoy what we're all talking about, which we're all basically moaning about things. Okay, so Star Citizen. Yeah. You're right, 50,000 is a lot of in-game money. I've got Star Citizen. I bought that as one of the original backers. And even back then, my PC struggled. And it still is. It's the same one. It's an i7 4th gen, something like that. the 1070 graphics card in it. I mean, typically, I'm looking for an upgrade, right? I am looking for an upgrade. There's been a huge jump in PC performance, what with the i9 and the AMD coming out, and also with the new graphic cards as well. I think I do need it. This one is still going. It's a great workhorse. I use it every day for work and everything, you know? Anyway, what were we saying? We were going on about ships. So yeah, in Star Citizen, they've kind of got their money is not as highly valued as what it is in Elite Dangerous, is it? You know? I don't think. But I got to spend some time with Star Citizen simply because, well, it's a good game. Yeah, you're right. I think Intel are done in the CPU space. I saw an advert for a PC this morning. It's 2 o'clock my time, by the way. And I looked at the Intel i9 CPU, and I thought, nah. All that stuff about, you know, no encryption between layers and stuff like that to speed the chips up. I think AMD might be the way forward for me this one. And I've had the last 2 computers have been Intel. Not that I have any affinity to one or the other, really. Whatever is the fastest for me. So you're a 1985 Elite child, okay? So I started playing it on the BBC Micro. BBC Model B, actually. And then later on, the Master. And then after that, it was the Spectrum, and then the Atari. And then after the Atari, then, you know, it was back on the PC. Right, we've got a question here. In what way in Elite is the players limit count? Is it like EVE Online, 1,000 players in one place? Do you know what? I don't know. I know when systems get full, you just can't connect. That's a very good point, actually. They do have a limit. ULT Badass, welcome. Ah, Nigel, you were an Amiga man, were you? I had the Atari ST, you see. 2 very similar machines. But it was Frontier 2, wasn't it? Elite Frontier and Frontier 2 on the Amiga and the Atari. On the Spectrum, it was Elite, you know, which was great. And in the UK, it was produced by a company called Firebird Software, which was a subsidiary of British Telecom when they got into games. Is there a random player grouping? I don't think there is, no. Yeah, played them all. I mean, my favourite one for me, right, was the Spectrum. I spent the most time on the... Well, apart from this one, obviously, I've spent years playing this. On the Spectrum, that was great. And with the Spectrum, if you remember, it came with a very hefty instruction booklet in a big box, like an A5 box. And there came a little thing you had to put on the screen called a lens lock. And you could look at a code on the screen and that would give you the page number, type in the code, and away you go. Yeah, you're right. It was faster on the Spectrum. And the Spectrum had a disk drive as well to back it up, right? The external disk drive. And you think about, I remember having it installed on a 20 megabyte Winchester drive. Now we're talking about computing, everyone. Woohoo! The old park commands to park your Winchester. Winchester hard drives. Those were the days. A few years ago, I found my old Atari ST up the attic. And I spent a little bit of money on, refurbishing it, cleaned it all up and what have you. And now, finally, I think the capacitors have leaked around the disk controller. Anyway, it's back in its box up the attic. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. I could get it repaired, but, I don't think I need it just yet. And my son, who is now 22, so this has been about 3 years ago, came in. What are you doing, Dad? I said, well, look at this. It's a computer. It's very good. There's some games on it. Here's a joystick. Oh, I'll have a go at that, he said. I said, right, there you go, Em. He said, so what do I do? I mean, everyone's so used to using a keypad with multi-function buttons. Having a keypad with just, a Kempson joystick, right? The old Kempson joystick. The old Kempson joystick had 2 buttons and the stick. Yeah, I could do it. I got to try and find what the problem is. That's the issue. There's going to be fixes out there for it. Definitely. I've done some videos way back when, in regards to some of the old games on the Atari ST. Put them on YouTube as well, and it was quite good. Think games like Way of the Exploding Fist, Xenon, like even on the Spectrum, The Hobbit. Remember that? There's so many Spectrum emulators over there now. I mean, even Atari ST emulators. There's probably some on the internet. Speed King. Oh, you know it. Buggy Boy. Tell you what, the list goes on. I mean, when you consider, say the advances in technology there, everything jumped really quickly, didn't it? From there was like machines like the Auric and the 16K Spectrum. And then all of a sudden, you didn't want the 16K one, you wanted the 48K one. That's what you wanted. And then, there was 16-bit computing then with 512 or the 1040, I think it was. Thorin sits down and starts singing about gold. You're not wrong there. Gandalf enters the room. And I did a walkthrough on that. Because after about 40 years, I hadn't completed it and got back all the way through. And I finally went through it using an emulator and completed The Hobbit. And I got a pretty decent percentage as well. But those were the games. They were great. Utterly brilliant. It's a shame there's not that many more, text adventures out there. Everyone's so honed in the graphical, in the graphic experience. It's more arcade adventure game, isn't it, than adventure game? Which is a shame, really. I mean, there was Lord of the Rings on the Spectrum, but that was like over... God, I forget how many tapes that was on. But it was crazy. But with Elite, I probably related more, I think, to the Spectrum version than the BBC. Yeah, I had the 520 STFM, you see. That's what I had. And then after that, it was PCs then, really. But that Atari ST FM, that was a good machine. Really good machine. Had a huge following with musicians. Huge following with musicians. You know, that really was good. What's this? AI Dungeon. It takes a basic template and builds a story around what you type, responding. Really? Right, I'm going to write that down. Where's my pen? AI Dungeon. I will look that up. Great, thanks for that one. That's brilliant. Let's have a look at that. I've been doing a bit of work for a company called Holotech Studios in regards to doing YouTube videos for them. You may have seen them on the channel. It's about something called animes, where you can replace your avatar with your face with an avatar. That's been quite interesting. And you think back to the old computers. If you were doing something like that, that'd be witchcraft, that would. Do I probe each rock? I've never mined paint before, and I did deep core. Do you know what? I just send prospectors out. I mean, if you want to just pick a rock at random, then, you know, you take your hit. You take your chances. I do it that way because we haven't got to do it that way. It's just you know what you're going to get, don't you? I mean, you know, prospectors, off he goes. You know, at least you know what's going on. Plus, you get, if you probe the rock, you get a better yield if there's something there. Yeah, do you know what? Ace, you're right. I did about 1,000, 1,200 tons of Painite yesterday as well. Well, I've been on this about an hour, right? And I've got 169 ton. So from that, you know, it's easy to see how it can take 10 hours. That's why it's good doing a streams. I get to talk to you lot, and you know, it passes the time. You know, it's 2 o'clock in the UK. Everyone's had their dinner. Everyone's feeling a bit lethargic. People have gone for a sleep, doing their homework, all that stuff. Well, yeah, 1,200 tons is a lot. It is time. I mean, you can see what I'm doing here. So, if you look at the hopper, there's the hopper. You can see it jump up in increments depending on how rich the deposits are. So, let's get some more limpet drones on the go. On to the next one. Well, the wave analyzer is only going to help you if you're going to do deep core mining. Do you know what, Nigel? You're right. Nightmare. That was cutting edge. And you could move certain squares, couldn't you? I remember that. Yeah. You're right. There was Nightmare. They did another one as well after that. but I must have been in work or something. Didn't watch it. I did watch Nightmare. If you know what's happening now with the Oculus Quest, that thing is amazing. You almost forget where you are. I was hoping to get some time on it this weekend and play that new Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which apparently is very good but very short. Hey, do you know what? No one's gonna berate you for liking deep core mining. There was a time when that was the easiest way to get big money, and that might well be what's coming up. Deep core mining taking more time to get in there and you know, search out the rocks that you want. You know, it's more spectacular than this. This is rubbish when you think about it, but it is a quick way of getting cash or getting material. You know, deep core mining, you gotta have ammunition for your explosives and all that. Whereas this, need lasers and limpets. And to be fair, I agree with you. I mean, I like deep core mining. That's to me is something. They wouldn't have spent all that time and money putting all the graphical effort into each set piece of each, you know, rock being mined. You know, I think it is good. There's one thing in regards to combat in these areas that I was thinking about the other day, and it was when ships attack you, should they not have the materials and cargo of what's in the area? So you jump into this now, right? You're going to get attacked by several ships, especially at my level. If I destroy them, you think, oh, they should have some Painite or Palladium or whatever in their holds. Normally they don't. Well, this is kind of what they're saying, right, in regards to the deep core minerals. They said certain types of mining are going to be worth more, right? So if you've mined something from a core, should be purer, really, shouldn't it? You get more money. Let's just get ourselves over here and mine that. And I will get the email and I will have a quick read. And there's exact text in here that does mention this. Asteroid depleted. Right, let's get some collector limpets on the go. Right. So, let me have a look at my email. Blah, 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 blah. It said rebalancing, and there's a lot of blah, 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 blah in it. They did mention the fact that there would be different types of mining would have different costs around it. Have I deleted it? I've deleted it, haven't I? But that is what it did. They said certain types of mining would be worth more than others. So there you go. Can't quite find the mail now. But yeah, that's what it said. So, more intrigue. We're just going to have to wait and see, I think. So a Viper can hold 25, so 2 rocks in less than 10 minutes made $1 billion in less than a week before it went south. Oh, you got to use that neutron superhighway. You've got to use it. Got to use it. Otherwise... Well, yeah, I bet you had an awful lot of scan data. Oh no, my collector limpets are expiring. What's over there? Painite. Is there painite there? No, only materials, look. A little bit of painite. My limpets, for some reason, are not lasting as long as what they were. You've got something for me? Okay. I have something for you to check out and make a stream of. Okay. What's the best ship and setup for mining? Low temp, or is it low temp not good anymore? Do you know what? Low temp is still viable. I'd go with a Python. Do you answer, Jason? Yeah, you see it. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have just started playing it. Now it's free on Epic Games. Yeah, you're right there. It won't show up. No problem, Jason. No problem at all. And just so you all know, I'm only mining because, well, it'd be a wasted opportunity to get big money if I didn't. And as you can see, over 1 billion credits. That's what it's all about. Yeah, they probably are. I'm probably too close to a rock, a bit too congested. That's what it is. Right, let's start prospecting those. I mean, Star Citizen is a good game. They've got quite a lot of things you can do, you know. I mean, I do follow it quite religiously. I just don't play it, even though I've got it. X4 was another game as well. It started off quite interesting, shall we say. Started with that. Couldn't quite get used to it. Which is a shame, really. But yeah, you know, X4 was good. I say I like Subnautica, Elite Dangerous, Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, good game. Frostpunk, that's a good game as well. You know, for an indie studio. These are all low rocks, 5%, things like that. We'll mine it because we can. That one's got 39% right next door, so we'll mine that, and then we'll mine the other one. There go the limpets. Yeah, there's not much left to nerf, you're right. You know, it's going to be adjustments, adjustments, adjustments. And like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, if it was 5 billion, right? If it was 5 billion for a fleet carrier, if Frontier put base building in, how much is that going to be? It'll be an arm and a leg. And I think you should only have a base if you are elite or you've gone through the grind in the factions, whether you're a king or an admiral or that sort of stuff. I think. That's my opinion. But typically, if they made it the fact that you can only buy a fleet carrier if you were elite, I think they probably have less of them. Or if you were a fleet carrier and you were triple elite. Now, I wouldn't have one because I'm not triple elite. I've been playing for 6 years. I mean, look at that. So trade, elite. Combat, dangerous. Trade rank, 100%. Pioneer, an explorer. That, I think, probably would have been better. And that's from my point of view. And that means I wouldn't have had one. But you think they would be less commonplace. There wouldn't have been so much of a need to have billions of credits. Because I remember when being, you know, an elite dangerous billionaire was something. Now everyone's got billions of credits. Yeah, grind with the factions, that would make it something. I think. Engineers are quite good. I mean, you know, you've got the materials and that sort of thing. It's getting the data. I mean, it's a good idea. It's got its own grind, mind, doesn't it? So how are we doing in inventory? 22 tons left. Looks like I'm stuck on the rock. I am stuck. Here we go. Asteroid depleted. But it is as boring as I don't know what. So you're telling me you've got 19 billion. That's a lot of billion, that is. That's a good effort. I just haven't got the time to go mining that amount of money. Well, they are going to do something about the carriers. They're banning carriers from community goal systems. You won't be able to jump your carrier in, which I think is good. Because, you know, it's just... it's crazy there. Well, yeah, planning ahead, you know. You're right there. You could say, oh, I just go and mine for that day. I'll have it. 6 billion in your fleet carrier. Good God. That's a good effort. That's a real good effort. I really haven't got the patience for it. So we got 200 tons and we've been going at this 1 hour. So that gives you... I'm not saying I'm doing it the right way. I'm just doing it my way. You know, I mean, there could be faster ways of doing it, but I don't know what they are. Yeah, you're right. You know, having the ability to see who's docked on your fleet carrier. Or having the commanders give you, you know, use you as a taxi service. I know that's meant to be coming in Odyssey, but... you know, like if people say, I want to go over here and I will pay you so many credits. You could do that. That would be a good way of making the fleet carriers pay, moving people around. And perhaps that's what they're gonna do when Odyssey comes out, part of this taxi service they're doing. Yeah, it's on Inara, but it would be good. It would be really good if that was built into the game. There's all these third-party tools knocking about, right? And they're not linked up to the game as such, are they? You have to know to go out there and have a good go. You say hitching a ride back from Colonia. Well, here's the thing. All you gotta do is buy yourself a cheap ship and then choose your home system and you'll come right back to the bubble. That's the quickest way to get back from Colonia. The total quickest way. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you can get to it via, you know, via Android device or an iOS device, can't you? A lot of these things are web-based now. Do you know what? Cross-play, right? Yeah. I hope so, because other games are doing it now. Aren't they? Even that game, is it Among Us? That's cross-play. Rocket League, I think that's cross-play. Fortnite, cross-play. I think it's great. Now the new consoles are up. There kind of isn't a new isn't an excuse. I don't think anyone's seen Harry Potter for a while. He got hit with the nerve hammer big style. He did. The last run-in I had with him was just when the Thargoid barnacle sites came out. And we were all waiting for the Thargoid to show up. And he turned up with his mates. Bearing in mind it's a long way off. Yeah, No Man's Sky, yeah. And just took everybody up. We were all in small exploration, nippy ships. He turned up, I think, in a Corvette. Took everybody out. Totally. Trippocalypse. Yeah, the Trippocalypse. That's a good way of saying it. No, he had all engineered or super engineered weapons somehow, didn't he? That's how he was doing it, as I understand it. It was all these god mode weapons he had. That's how he was destroying so many people. All these funky lasers. Okay. He ran something. He might have. He might well have. I don't know. And there was an awful lot of chatter about it at the time. An awful lot of chatter about it. I don't know what he would have been running. I don't. Some sort of like manipulation software. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yeah, cheating, eh? In a game like this, It's abhorrent. And there's this thing, oh yeah, I got ganked. No, just a group of players were playing the game and being pirates and destroyed you. You know, being a crybaby about it is not the way. You just got to play the game or play in solo. Innit? Okay. Here's your question. Who would have liked to carry a stay as they were intended with 3 different versions? Well, they are different versions, aren't they? You just got to buy them. It's like, for example, mine is in victory mode, which is meant to be, I don't know, combat. Even though there isn't. I do like the Neptune class, the science class. Whether or not they've got plans for these where you can jump them into, you know, hotspots, I don't know. But it's not exactly what you call bristling with weapons, is it? And that's meant to be, you know, the warrior one, the warrior configuration. I thought there would be more around this about kitting your fleet carrier out with specific items. But apparently not. Oh, right, yeah, I see what you mean. I just think they just banged it out there because they were bringing Odyssey out. Yeah, I remember. There was extra support vessels. They've just banged it out there to move on to the next part of the game. That's what's happened there. And you can't blame him. I mean, Elite's been knocking on for what? 6 years now. Great game, but to remain relevant with other games like Star Citizen and what have you, it's got to try and stay current. And I think Odyssey will enable it to stay current. That's what I think. I really do think that. So yes, indeed. Fleet carriers, they're great. So you want to buy a fleet carrier just to store your ships in one place, but then it's kind of expensive. Yeah. You know what? I mean, mine, 9 million a week. There are some out there with 20 million a week. Hence everyone's mining, right? So you can see where people are coming from. Well, that's a nice rock. Look at that. 53.64%. We'll have some of that. I don't know. I mean, I bought one, like I said, for my channel so I could bomb around and things were easier for me. And I've spent quite a bit of time funding it after the initial 5 billion to the tune of, well, you know, this is why I'm mining today, because I want it to have enough money, whereas I haven't got to worry about it. I want to be able to go out and play other games without worrying that, oh, my fleet carrier, Oh, my fleet carrier's running out of money. Oh, what am I going to do? All that hard work. Blah, blah, blah. You know, it's that's why I'm doing this. And of course, there's nothing on Netflix. Let's face it, I'm bored. I'm bored with Netflix. So why not, you know, do a bit of this? Yeah, modular terminals. I did quite a few missions like that recently because I needed that for the Guardian engineering. I mean, I've gone and got the Guardian bits that I need now to unlock the level 3 Guardian shard cannons, which is what I kind of want for my anti-Thargoid build. You know, see what else I can engineer. There's Guardian module reinforcements and things like that. So I want to get some of those in. So once I finish with all this, I'm going to be going out to the Guardian sort of space station areas and going through that sort of set piece to get more modular data, things like that. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea, Chris. Really good. I mean, to be fair, I think Frontier should operate things the way like what Microsoft is operating things with Teams. It's kind of sort of a crowd-sourced what they're going to bring in next. Right? People put in items what they think should be a really good idea, and then Microsoft decides the top 10 items for their roadmap, and away it goes. That's kind of what goes on here, and I think that would be good for Frontier. So your idea there of, you know, a large, medium, and small carrier would be a good idea. You know, there's always going to be some sort of cheeky monkey who has the biggest one. But like, it makes no difference because you can't use them as a weapon in game. If you could bounce them into a combat zone and go, haha, behold, my fleet carrier in victory configuration, you lot is going to have it. That would be something. The Mandalorian is something good. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that this week. But then again, I do like Gina Carano. Very lovely lady. So where are we on the tonnage? How many tons of stuff have I got? 226 tons of Painite so far. Just materials there. Indite there. 15% Painite. Yeah, I don't know how many episodes they're doing. It was 8, wasn't there, in the last season? And now it's like we're 4 episodes in. Looks like we're going to have the Ahsoka Tano character back in. We've already had the Mandalorians from Mandalore. Was it Bo-Katan, whatever the name is? Katie Sackhoff in it. But you're right. I mean, I look forward to that. That, Star Trek Discovery, every Friday. It's kind of getting me through it, you know? And I'm interested to see that Obi-Wan Kenobi 3-parter as well. That'll be good. Really looking forward to that. So here we are on our mine-a-thon. Mining, 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 mining. Yeah, it's... I hope they don't just bring it right in for the last episode, right? And go, there you are, Sokatano. You've got to wait a year now until you you can see her again. I hope that's not the case. You know, I don't know how long they're planning on it going on for, but... You know, how many seasons they plan on doing it. But so far, I mean, it's what everyone's watching. But yeah, I'll be fair, we've got Disney Plus. We don't watch it as much as what we should. Right, let's get back on message with this. Yeah, you're right. It is their money maker. Is the Painite drying up? Nope, 47.61%. Let's mine it up. So how many of you on here are mining as well? That's the question, isn't it? How many of you are also mining? Because say yesterday afternoon, it seemed that everybody was mining. I mean, going back to The Mandalorian, I'm surprised there's not more stuff out for the kids at Christmas. I'm surprised they haven't banged a game out. The Mandalorian. Right? You know it's coming. You're mining as well, are you, Chris? Yeah, I know what you mean. It's got to be coming. Last year, I mean... They were just begging for a Baby Yoda last year. And now there's like 4 of them, isn't it? 4 different Baby Yodas. Don't know what else to do in the game anymore. Just feel compelled to mine all the time. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's like, I've got to mine. I've got to do mining. Fell asleep while mining. Oh, that's funny. I mean, you are right, though. I mean, it's as boring as a boring thing. It really is. I mean, look at it. Oh, can it go any quicker? It's like I put a bit of time in yesterday. Today, though, I'll probably just do one haul like this and just that'll be it. You know, that'll be it. And if people want to go out and make money off my fleet carrier where I sell my stuff, fair enough. A baby Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, do you know what? You're right there. So here's something for a discussion. Who here liked the new Star Wars films? And by I mean the new Star Wars films, I mean The Force Awakens, which I personally thought was good. The Last Jedi, which I personally thought was rubbish. And then, what was the last called? The Rise of Skywalker. Again, which I thought was terrible. If I was going to rank them, I would rank them Force Awakens, then The Rise of Skywalker, then The Last Jedi. I remember coming out of the cinema after seeing The Last Jedi in a right mood because, well, I just didn't think it was very good. And that's my personal opinion. How to destroy a franchise. Bring back the old Force mirror from the Clone Wars, I say, and just do it all again. Because they can't just leave it like that. They've got to do something. I know all the new actors are up in arms about it. Oh, well, you know, it was a good end to the story. You know what? It wasn't a good end to the story. What we wanted to see was the first... Well, I wanted to see. I wanted to see the First Order turn up at Luke's island and Luke stand there with his arms and bring Star Destroyers down to the planet with the power of the Force. Well, that's what I wanted to see. Him levitating 2 feet off a rock and then disappearing, to me, wasn't an apt end to the Skywalker line. The Force Awakens was okay because Harrison Ford was in it. And let's face it, no matter what he thinks of the Han Solo character, it's an iconic character. They're the comedy. And you don't realise once those characters are not in Star Wars, how much they actually carry the saga. That's a lot of millions. Well done, Chris. I mean, I'm quite enjoying Star Trek Discovery as well, really. I know that's getting a few mixed reviews. The last episode was ripped off completely from The Running Man. Asp Explorer, eh? Good ship. And there comes a line, doesn't there, really? I mean, there's paying homage to a film, or there's ripping it off completely. Bit of a fine line, I reckon. $257 tons of Painite. That's what it's all about. That's about, I don't know, 160 million. Something like that. Okay. Let's mine it up. Yeah, I quite like Discovery. A couple of things are just really bad in it. The fact that that woman continually breaks their chain of command and yet gets away with it. How is she not back in the brig? Right? How is she not back in the brig? You know, we'll have to see. It's nice, easy Star Trek watching, especially until the Pike thing comes on, which I think really will be good. Because that guy played a good Captain Pike. A really good Captain Pike. I think, anyway. Yeah, you're right. It's getting a bit confusing. You know, what are they doing? Where are they? Now they're back with Starfleet. Then they're not back with Starfleet. Then she goes off on herself. Rubbish. There's a big gap there of no asteroids, isn't there? Look at that. I mean, you know, just look at it. Must be in between rings there. Yeah, Michael Burnham. Constantly, you know, disobeying orders, disobeying this, disobeying that, going off doing her own thing. Do you know what? It has to be a good show. Because you can't put, you know, a cast like that together after all that, all the fan kudos he had, and it be rubbish. So it really has to be a good Pike era Star Trek. Yeah, Pike's getting his own show. Certainly is. What's it called? Where No Man Has Gone Before? I think. Might be. Can't quite remember. But yes, he is indeed getting his own show, and that's quite good. You're right. They'd be in the brig. They would be in the brig for life. Oh, Brave New World. Ah, that's what it is. I'm just going to step away from the computer, get myself a drink, be back in a moment. Hello everyone, I'm back. Captain Sisko, Benjamin Sisko of Deep Space Nine. Yeah, I enjoyed Deep Space Nine. With Voyager, that was a good show as well, right? I like them all. I like it all, right? I even liked Enterprise. I thought Enterprise was good. Strange New Worlds. Yeah, so yeah. Is my thing with Star Trek, right? Especially Voyager. There they are, abandoned in the Delta Quadrant. And they get into a bit of trouble. And there was that one episode which is called 1 Year of Hell. That's exactly how it should have been like for them. Think of Battlestar Galactica, right? There was no, oh, the ship's nice and new next week. No, you saw the battle scars right from the very first engagement with the Cylons right the way through to the very end. Right? And that, I think, is what made that show head and shoulders above one of the best sci-fi shows ever. That's my opinion. If they had done the same with Voyager, and the fact that they bolted on more technology and all the rest of it, as they would have found going through, and not just it be a pure Federation ship, I think that really would have galvanized itself in being some of the best Trek ever. Now, Discovery is getting to the point now, right, where they've gone into the future. So, spoiler alert, right, I'm talking about Discovery now. Gone into the future, and they've been retrofit with all this other rubbish, like, you know, detached nacelles. Oh, that's meant to work, I don't know. Anyway, and every week, it's all nice and shiny. They should have made 1 Year of Hell a full season. Because that would have been something. That would have been something. That would have gone down, I think, in perhaps as some of the best sci-fi ever. You know? They should have done that. They really should have. And you look at Battlestar Galactica and how that went on for 4 years, give or take. The damage was there. It was gritty. Just my opinion. Some people may disagree, I don't know. Yeah, 930 years into the future. No dilithium. And they're relying on that spore drive, which, as I remember from the first season, it's not indefinite usage of the spore drive, is it? There's a consequence of using it. Yet now they're using it left, right, and centre. So yeah, it's good, but, you know, like anything really, it's not without its problems. I suppose everyone's a critic. But yeah, Deep Space Nine, like that. That went on for like, was it 7 seasons? And everyone was wondering, you know, is Avery Brooks going to come back as Cisco? Is there going to be... I mean, they've kind of lost it for a film now, really. Everyone's knocking on a bit. I went to a Star Trek convention about 4 years ago. Met Mr. Shatner, shook his hand. And there wasn't that much there. But there was a few people there, you know, Mariana Siris, the guy who played the engineer, Connor Trinier, he was there. And a couple of others as well. But, you know, you were there. I was there to see Shatner. And he was all right. But, like, it was just one part of an exhibition hall. You know? You're right there. Janeway does find the only other Federation ship in the entire quadrant. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Ridiculous. I do remember that episode thinking, all right, there's 2 of them. There's going to be a fleet. Good. But that captain had gone wibble, hadn't he? If I remember rightly. He had wibbled right out. But yeah, all good sci-fi, I think. Though at the moment, I mean, and has been for a while, it has been Battlestar Galactica. For me. Good, gritty sci-fi. Just, you know, it's like The West Wing meets Black Hawk Down. I was thinking about this. I was thinking about that actual episode the other day. I don't know why. I just was. And it was quite funny because I remember her saying this one line. "Well, Captain," she said, "Starfleet regulations are clear. The captain of the superior vessel, in this case Voyager, is in command." And this guy must have thought, no. I've been doing things my own way. That's how I want to do it. I'm a captain just the same as you. Okay, you've been given a different ship. You know. But no, I remember thinking that at the time when that came on, thinking, he's not going to like that. And he didn't, did he? In the end. I gotta find some major painite here because this is dragging on. Was this 7.86% rubbish? So for those of you in the UK, a program called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here is currently running, and it's in Wales, but it's at the northmost point of Wales away from my house, so it's not like it's being filmed on my doorstep. And it is quite interesting and quite funny to see people sort of like go through that sort of like torment, and it does give people something to watch. Which is good, you know, because like I say, things are getting boring. We were just talking yesterday about the quality of some of the shows that are on Netflix. Passengers is a good film. It is a good film. I like that. Then again, I do like Jennifer Lawrence. So where do we all come down on the Hunger Games? I thought Hunger Games was a really good film, right? But I didn't like the Hunger Games 2 or Hunger Games 3. Just like I thought The Matrix was a really good film. And I thought John Wick was a really good film. But what I didn't like was John Wick 2 and The Matrix 2 and John Wick 3 and The Matrix 3. They were entertaining, right? You know, kind of there you go. Will Painite mining be dead in this game forever after? Well, it's not going to be dead. They're just capping the prices at 600,000 credits per ton. But when you can consider you can get up to 980,000 credits per ton, right? At the moment, that's quite the reduction. Hello, Frank. How are you? Oh, cargo hold's full. I think we're going to have to ditch some of that gold. Don't know why I'm picking it up for. Right, let's get over there, get to that rock. Yeah, it will be interesting to see what they do to the core mining prices. I'm good, thanks, Frank. And a bit of Sunday afternoon mining. Well, I don't think they'd go down, right? I don't think the core prices will go down. How exactly they're going to do it, your guess is as good as mine. I really, really don't know. Unless they have items, for example, low temperature diamond core. Now that would be something. Then they could actually do something about that, couldn't they? Painite core. Things like that. I suppose we're going to find out next week. When they do their funky thing. It's how expensive the bounties are going to be. Because, you know, if they're going to turn around and start making combat a bit more lucrative. Yeah, 900,000 is what it's all going for at the moment. Certain stations. Let's mine this little rock here. Mining, 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 mining. What's that other prospector got? Platinum, gold? No, I don't want that. Where are we now? We are 295 tons worth of painite. Right, brill. I guess I'm gonna get a prospector out there. So what other games are people doing? People playing? Because it's not all about Elite Dangerous, is it really? I mean, mostly it is, but if there's other games, for example, like, I don't know. If I've got them, I'll play them. Yeah, those motherlode asteroids, they're out there. They're just a bit more difficult to find now. That's the thing. What will I buy with my new Painite monies? Well, a lot of it is going to go for fleet carrier payments, right? So I've got about 2 billion for that. I want to do some Thargoid shooting. That's what I want to do. Space Engineers, eh? Not played it. Any good? Is Space Engineers any good? I've seen some of the people play it and it looks okay. No, I'm not playing Ark Survival. My son's got that and that just looks ridiculous. That's the one with all dinosaurs and stuff. Reminds me a bit of Conan, that does. I couldn't get on with that either. Getting some very weak rocks here. Yeah. Sandbox games, just do what you want. Play, build. It's better if you've got people to play. Yeah, I've heard that. I hear my son playing it on Xbox, and there's a group of them play it, and they're always getting mugged off by a bunch. Like, I just think, oh. It is hard work. We're nearly at the 300 tons of painite mark, everybody. Right. 2,000 hours on it. Oh my god. That's a good effort. That's a good effort. So it would seem that all my collector limpets are now not working. Right, now they are. Let's carry on prospecting. Yeah, you're right. That's what I think. You need a group of people that you can trust in that game. Else you're going to come back after logging off and someone's stolen all your stuff. That's the issue I could see with it. And my son, he spent hours on it. And to what end, really? Then he goes away and he comes back and it's had a big major update and yeah, I get it. I really do. Yep, we're still prospecting. We're still mining away. Certainly helps having 6 limpets on the go. Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. Right, let's move on back towards the planet. Yeah, I've heard Rest is exactly the same. I did play Star Trek Online for a while, but then that got old pretty quickly. Even though they're pretty good with the seasons. And the Discovery seasons on that as well. And yes, come on, mine yourself up. Mine it, mine it. Give me all your Painite. Right, where's the next asteroid? So I just mined. There's one over you with 35% rocks in it. There it is. Yeah, you're right, Frank. You're totally right on that. I hope it's not going to be like that with Odyssey. With all the changes, you know, people walking around into bases. You know, I wonder how open world they're actually going to make it. Because, you know, everyone's sort of like built up these huge fortunes, array of ships. You know, how far are they going to take that entire game dynamic of roaming around and being mugged off? For all we know, all these billions that we're out mining now, they'll bring in the fact that people's fleet carriers can be ripped off, and you can lose the lot. And on 5 billion, can you imagine what the rebuy is going to be on that? It's going to be horrendous. Right, let's prospect some of these. Okay, Xiba, nice one. Speak to you again. More streams next week. Ooh, 31%. We'll have some of that. Let's get ourselves over there. Well, that's taken us past the 300 mark anyway, so... And there you go. And that's game dynamics gone, isn't it, right? Platinum, silver, and gold. Not interested in that. So I've been at this now 2 hours, 300 tons of Painite, which is not bad, but still ass-numbingly boring. Must get a new chair. There we go. Mining away. Few more nice big rocks and that'll be enough, I think. So what about RTS games? I got an evaluation copy of Age of Empires. Quite good it was too, all steeped in history and what have you. And then I realised I had just done that game to death for a while, and or those types of games. It wasn't bringing anything new to me that I think, ooh, I'm going to pick that up and do it. Now games like Frostpunk, that was really good. Yeah. This is it, see. You see an awful lot of people on the internet. Oh, you get 500 million credits an hour. And I don't know what mathematics they're using by that, right? Because there's just no way. But you see all these videos. Yeah, 700 million an hour and all the rest of it. It's utter clickbait. I mean, doing these things live, you can just totally see how much you're going to get. I'm not using any special magic. I'm just doing it. Right? And that's how much I'm getting. Which isn't bad, I don't think. I don't know whether it's good or bad. If you think it's good, brilliant. That fills me with joy. It really does. Because I'm doing something right. So what's that? 150 million an hour? Cool, isn't it? I mean, how are you coping with the Type 9? Because I use that for shipping my stuff to and from stations. Just set up for cargo. That's all I use that for. So I'm obviously using the cutter. And before that, I was using the Python. All set up for mining. Oh. It's all about oh, he's forgotten his limpets. Chris, I don't mean to laugh. You're not the only one. I think everybody here would have done that at least once. And it's quite weird because I was in a space station offloading Painite today. And one of the signs that said, don't forget your limpets. And I thought, do you know what? Everybody needs that. If you're set up for mining, and it knows you're set up for mining, because you'd have mining lasers on your ship, there should be a message that comes up in this day and age that says, don't forget your limpets. Yeah, you're right. INRA is very inaccurate with carriers. It's like with HCS voice packs. There should be an option in there. Set a reminder for limpets. And I'm surprised Frontier hasn't bought HCS voice packs and integrated it into the game. How cool would that be? Right. Let's keep on moving. It does. It is restrictive. You go from a Type 9 and jump into a Cobra Mark 3, and you will see how restrictive it is. Which is what I was doing today, earlier on. You know, everything's more responsive, it moves nice and quick. You know, the big ships, they're great for, obviously, you know, the carrying. But, like, for maneuverability, it's like trying to drag a dead Labrador across gravel. Good reason for that, because I don't like going in undefended into these spots. So here I go. So hull reinforcements, yeah, blah blah blah. So nice pink lasers for the ladies. What have I got? It's got me limpets, point defense, chaff. Right, it's defensive stuff. Mining lasers. But I've got 3 beam lasers on there to defend myself, which usually means I can get rid of most things that try and pick a fight with me, especially on this ship. And I got decent shields. So yeah, I can, you know, reduce all of that and get more. But 15 million credits for a rebuy is expensive. So that's why I don't. Because I'm just here for laser mining. NPC pirates, yep. Sometimes I play in open and I don't bother changing the configuration. Asteroids are getting a bit more denser here, which is good. Yeah, I mean, I say I play in open. Real people do take you out from time to time. Especially if you've got tons and tons and tons of Painite in your hold. Those hatchbreaker limpets are right in there as well. And so that is why. Which, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? This indeed is the game. So after this mining rush is over, and will it ever be over, really? I don't know. What do people plan to do? Are you going to go exploring? Are you going to go and do combat? More trading? What's he going to do? I quite fancy exploring. Yeah, you're right. That does work. That does work upon occasion. If they don't shoot you while you're doing it. I've had that happen a couple of times. I've sent my limpets out to collect the particular items. And then they've opened up. Which then puts me in a battle. But then I always have limpets. Whenever I'm in a fight, I always have the cargo bay open and limpets running. Because, you know, I don't know, I just do. It's habit. Kind of whether I'm mining or not. Okay, so that asteroid gone. Nicely depleted. Yeah, I did the Guardian grind last week. Or started doing the Guardian grind. That was last week's stream. Did some more of that as well last week. Just to go through the motions, you know, charge the pylons, get the weapon data. And I'm going to head out, I think, to the Guardian probes, the space probes, and do that. The Gauss cannon. So are you the Gauss cannon, or do you think the Shard cannon? Yes, Chris, I remember you being there. Because I don't know which one to go for. Because I've seen people take out Thargoids with the Shard cannon. And it's been quite spectacular as well. And I fancy doing that and doing that on a stream. Rock up. This guy rocked up in a Sidewinder. Shard cannons, I think it was. Zap, zap, zap. Dead Thargoid. Now, to me, that's compelling entertainment. It really is. Shard. Yeah, I thought so. You know, it was a couple of shots, whap. Thargoid's deader. I thought I fancy myself a bit of that. So I'm going to spend some time, get the Guardian weapons, and do some engineering on the ships, just so they are as best as they can be. And that's what I intend to do. Thargoid Shootathon. Now look, all these asteroids are getting nice and dense now, aren't they? Look at that. Although not really dense with Painite. Yeah, well, Gauss can. Could try both, really. I suppose heat dissipation is the big thing with them, isn't it? Oh yeah, nice and dense. There's no material here. Look, is there? It's terrible. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to get a couple of ships all geared up for Thargoid destruction. Oh well, I suppose 12% isn't so bad. Fire all lasers. For me as well, it's some of the module blueprints I want to get. You know, it's things around Guardian shields, Guardian module reinforcements, all that sort of thing. That's what I quite fancy. Have all those gone? Oh, God, come on. Oh, I'm hitting every rock under the sun here. Right, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Let's move in a bit. Hey, 56%. Finally, we get a rock. That's worthwhile mining. Look at that, everybody. Well, yeah, I've been at Dangerous for too long. And not only that, you've got to give the Thargoids a bit of grief. I mean, I've been Dangerous for, I don't know, bloody ages. But don't do a hell of a lot of combat, because it's always been something else to explore. I've been doing videos on it, you know. And there's stacks on the channel. Actually, stacks. But, want to get into my Thargoid combat. That's what I want to do. Down to 60 limpets left. Let's have a look how much. Oh, we got plenty of space. Yeah, I found that. But then that one's rotating. Look. And there's not much in this, if anything at all. See? But that one down there, that's having a good spin. You're right, just getting to Dangerous was mad. And I've been Dangerous, I think, for about, oh God, 4 years. I mean, doing the trade delete's quite easy. I started with about 400 limpets. And let's face it, you can always make more. Where are we going next? Nice big juicy rock. Yeah, I think there was a big thing where, you know, combat rank was going up really, really quickly. But once you're at dangerous, you think, oh, well, that's fair enough, isn't it? But no, you need to get to elite. I don't know why. It's like a wall or a mountain. You have to climb, like. %42.1%. 42.21%, I should say. Good rocks. Did I mine that? Nothing there that I need. Nothing over there I need. 13% there. Oof. Elite is indeed the max, but there are 4, well, if you count CQC, which I don't, because I think it's bloody useless, there's 3 ranks. Combat, Trade, and Explorer, right? CQC. I don't think anybody plays it. I think if I was to log on to CQC now, right, there'd be nobody there. Come on, 26% rocks. I've got to fill this up. Where are we? What should we shoot at next? That one? Look at it all. Millions of it. Well, here endeth the week I've had off work. Yeah, it's always good to have bragging rights, isn't it? But no, you're right. I think it unlocks a couple of certain engineers that unlock at that rank. A lot of it is just, you know, completion of the game, so to speak, isn't it? Okay, collector limpets are expiring. Yep, sure. Here we are. Navigation, system map. It is the Hades sector, DBX, space D1-112. And it's Planet 2. That's where it is. Typically, look at the galaxy map. It's not too far out of the way of things. See, so there's the bubble. Hades sector. There it is. No problem. No problem at all. Is that any good, Chris? I mean, I think I've been there. Oh, I'm nearly going to break 400. In just over 2.5 hours, we've hit 400 tons of painite. It's going to be good to get away from the mining grind, though, don't you think? You know, it's going to force people out, you know, to do other things. I think. You know, and Elite, it's a vast game. Even if you take away the things around you know, what's happening with Odyssey. And we don't really know what's going on with Odyssey, do we really? You know, it's all these things they say they're going to have. Nobody really knows. But, you know, you can go and do the Guardians. You can go unlock engineers. You can explore. There's the Thargoid sites. There's the Thargoid bases. There's the Thargoid barnacle sites. There's the mysteries that are dotted around. You know, not just the Adamastor, but there's other things as well, like the mysterious bodies. All that sort of thing. I've got a video I've got scheduled to come out tomorrow on the channel, and that is all about, it's called Ripe for the Picking. This is going to be tomorrow's video. Thank you, Jen. Thanks for subscribing. All about Thargoid base attacks and secret logs and lore, right? Ripe for the Picking tells a compelling Thargoid story. What have the Thargoids, the elite dangerous aliens, been up to this time? It's all about a research base, KG3362, in the Pleiades sector. And that's going to come out tomorrow at, when have I got it scheduled for? 7 o'clock. I'll set it as a premiere just now. So yeah, take a look at that. So there's loads of lore to go and explore, which I think is quite good within the game. Not many other games that allow you to do that with all the lore, but Elite Dangerous has sort of got a history of it as well, see? So you can do the lore, the Thargoids, the engineering, mining, trading, combat. You know, when you think about it, the range. Well, don't watch the one from the stream. Watch the one I've cut down quite a bit. I put one out on the channel last week, right? So the live one is all based in confusion. If you want to see how things go, I did one the other day. And I went through the entire process twice. So watch that one. Because we were all confused here last week. None of us... We'd all done the Guardian site, right? We'd all done the Guardian site. But none of us, for the life of us, could remember where the last pylon was. It was quite comical, really. Just driving around. Well, where is it? I don't know. And it was so dark at the site as well. But I intend to get round and do the... for next week's, right, I'm going to do some of the Guardian beacon sites in space. Mine them up, I think. So that would be quite good. It's very sort of similar. Go around, shoot the pylons, scan the data. You know, it's all very much the same. So 37 limpets left. I'm not going to bother filling up on any more. Once they're gone, that's gone. Back to the old fleet carrier. Drop off all this Painite swag that I've got going on here. Too close there, aren't I? Asteroid depleted. So, yeah, there's so many things you can do. I mean, it's been going 6 years. You know, I do get a bit frustrated when people do sort of slag it off because there's so much else to do inside this game. You know, it's vast. And if you're a new player, then... you know, you've got all this to look forward to and more, what with Elite Dangerous Odyssey coming out. I know it sounds like I work for the company. I don't. No, thank you. But I think because the community is so passionate about the game, what tends to happen is people do get very invested. I do think Frontier should have some sort of, well, you know, ideas, an ideas section. I know there's a guy in the community, Drew. He's been a science fiction author for years. I do follow him, and I believe he follows me on the Discord as well. And he's offered to write stories in-game for the community. Which is very nice of him, because his books are really good. If you know, his novel, Elite Dangerous Reclamation, is very good. Check that out. Good bit of lore there. He did try it with an in-game event, the Salome event, but that was then completely ruined by gankers in-game. Like they just went and took them right out. Drew Wagner, I think his name is. Yeah, the data theft missions, they're good. I like those. I mean, again, yeah, you can do the base missions. steal that data. There's pickup black boxes. There's all that. What else is there? Black box missions. Retrieve escape pods. Use hatch breaker limpets to attack other ships that have got refugees or prisoners on. There's great passenger missions, rescue missions. There's loads in you, you know, and especially now it's free at the moment on Epic, the Epic store. It's brilliant. You can have hours of fun with it, especially now. I mean, even in the UK, there's still various levels of lockdown going on before there's a vaccine for this bloody virus. Yes. So very black and boring now, isn't it? You know what I mean? Lots of silver in there. Let's scan another one close by. That one there looks interesting. $408 tons of painite, everybody. Look at that. We're going to be going to K-Nile. That's where the old fleet carrier's parked up. It's as close as I could get to it, really. Talking of the fleet carrier. No one's bought anything. Commodity trading. Everyone's just out there buying stuff up. Have my collector limpets run out? Nope, they're still doing it. %78% painite. Oh my god, that's like the highest I've ever had is like 60%. That is something. And you're right in regards to the damaged stations. You get an awful lot of good Federation or Imperial kudos there. Let's accelerate away. Bit of painite in there. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, be-dooby-doo. Yeah, it's the most I've ever seen, to be honest. 78%. You want to take a screenshot of that? That is the biggest rock I think I've ever seen on you. Well done, you. It's a shame to mine it. Right, let's get that sorted out now. %, 22% indite. I just mine the lot because that is just like an amazing rock. So yeah, I mean, quite a profitable afternoon. Yeah, only 64 cargo, I remember you saying, yeah. Right, what we got over here? Nothing. Let's start moving over slowly. Still got fragments to pick up. $436 tons. And we're picking up gold and painite. What's that? 44%. Get in. Come on, limpets, hurry up. Right. What is that limpet doing? Oh, come on. Right, here it comes. Still firing off limpets left, right and centre. 425 tons of painite, 3 tons of gold. Got to fill that hold, see? No point going back to the carrier if you haven't got a full hold. This could well be about it, really, I think. 19% there. Let's mine this. Five collector limpets on the go there. I've lost one. 8% in that. Oh, that one there. That looks nice and... Got a good feeling about that one. There are some surface deposits there. %49%. What was the other one I had? There it is. That's where we're going in. 49%. Fill us up. There's me getting excited about 49%. And good old Chris there, good old Chris Cox there, with his 78% rock. The mother lode. Let's pick some others off. That one. Because I need the help. I need the cargo space. So all saying, this is another 350,000. Oh, 350 million, I should say. Not to be sniffed at. So my cargo hold is now full, which means I'm now filling up the hopper. Nothing there, but there was one here, wasn't there? Well, that's the one. Let's keep on trucking. Okay, that's that depleted. This is why I start finding all the big rocks now when I've got no cargo space. I swear the program actually knows. I am indeed mining in a Painite hotspot. This particular hotspot is the Hades sector, DBX D1-112. Planet 2. That one there. Oh, 43% on that one. Seven limpets left. And as you can see, I am nearly full. Galite. So we're going to mine all of this out and then... Okay, Frank, take it easy. Speak to you soon, mate. If there's only Painite cores, then you are in a ring or you're too close to the planet. Because in the ring is typically where you're going to find cores. The innermost ring. You want to be towards the outermost ring to find asteroids that you can mine. That's what I suggest. Well, this is it. I'm basically full to the brim. My refinery is full. Only 3 remaining. There's Painite there. The refinery is full. Got resources unallocated. This means I have an inventory of 440. Let's get rid of that gold. And let's add gold to the... We'll get a few more out of that now. So, what was I saying? Yes, I've got 446 tons of Painite. Plus, all the hoppers are virtually full. Yeah, well, I'm only out in for Painite because gold costs nothing compared to this. That's why I've got it on the ignore list. Let's shoot those collectors off. And that's kind of it. I am full to the brim. My flying limpets, my flying monkeys are collecting all that Painite. And now it's time to start thinking about where I'm going to sell it. So, I am very close to well, that's where I am. But where am I close to? Well, let's have a look at the galaxy map. Yeah, you can buy stations at gold. Gold at stations. Kale Nile. So I'm on Inara now. Typing in Kale Nile. And that's coming up with 126 light years away. Gardner Horizons. In the Cremata. So let's have a look. Where's that? So I'll just zoom over and do it like 122 light years. I will have to refuel. I should get 980 for that. And if I don't, well, I'm kind of stuck. So let's go. Seven jumps. So we are charging the old frame shift drive. Goes limpets trying to keep up like they're tied to the bumper by a lead. Let's line up. And we're going to jump right the way through that asteroid field. Grandite, you're getting much... It's not very expensive, that, though, is it? Here we go. 6 more jumps. Low on fuel. Haven't got a fuel scoop. Oh dear. I'll have to get to a station and refuel. Collecting that data on the way. Right, so we've got Babbage orbital. We're going to call in there and fuel up. It's not too far. Never know, they may be giving me a nice price. Unlikely though. And now you're going to get to see me fly the cutter into an orbital station. No auto docking for me. Just scan some of the ships in front of me. Quick win, really. Slow down a bit. Eagles. Yeah. Round to the other side of the planet. Not to get caught in its mass. There's the station. We're going to speed up a bit and get there a bit quicker. This can be a bit dodgy. You've got to be quick on that jump out button. And there's the station in all its glory. Landing pad number 24. And with you all watching, here we go. Landing the cutter.
Reduce your speed now, Commander.
24. There it is. Look at that. Graceful, baby.
Landing successful. Commence system shutdown.
To right, landing successful.
For more information, Commander.
I always have a good look at the mission boards when I'm here. It could be like, give me some Painite, and we'll give you millions. This is all carrier missions, though. Cobalt. Destroy turrets, destroy this, donate this, asking, begging for things. I need silver. Absolutely nothing there that I need. Absolutely nothing. What we got here? Nothing that we need. Could drop some data off. 63 grand, 63 grand, isn't it? You know? Because it's industrial. And I've got an absolute ton of this. That's all I can use. 109,000 credits. No, thank you. If I was to sell everything, I wouldn't get very much, would I? No, we need more than that. Low temperature diamonds. What are they selling? They're not selling much, are they really? Nothing to get everybody worked up about. So if we take a look at the navigation map from here. On where we're going. We're now going to get all the way over there without refueling. We'll get there in one jump. No problem. That's where we're off. Hey, how's it going? Okay, so exit. Let's launch us. We've got fuel. Gardner Horizons is where we're going to be going.
Ship restraints withdrawn. Restrict speed until clear of the station perimeter.
Restrict speed. Pa. Blow everybody out the way, that's what I say. Okay, we've cleared. Let's jump.
You have cleared the no-fire zone. Flight control signing off.
So word has it, it's 980,000 a ton where I'm going. And they got a demand for 1,000, of which I have half of that demand. Let us see. I bet everybody's there. Okay, we're clear of the sun. Scanning as we go. Got to get that additional data. There's going to be people pursuing me now. You watch. This guy in Anaconda. Yeah, good job I found you first. Good luck catching me, mate. I'm off. There he is, look. That little dot. He's after me. Ah, we're off. Suck it. Couple of quick jumps now. No worries, mate. Take a look. Loads of mining tutorials on my channel on YouTube. Check it out. Always ask us. Join the Discord. And you've come at the end of the stream, mind. I mean, I've just got, effectively, 448 tons. Plus 10 tons in the hopper. So, got 450 tons of painite here. And I'm off to hopefully sell it for a lot of money. These things never work out for me, you see. So, I'll end up selling it, but not for a lot of money. Or I'll get all the way over there and it'll be like, yeah, all that information's out of date. Even though it says it is 2 minutes old. 958,173 credits. Gardner Horizons. So it says. One more jump to go. And we're jumping. To Cremita. Can remember if I'd mined then. I think I had. Not mined, scanned. Now they're all going to be on me. Here we are. Loads of... Oh God, come on, where is it? Look at all these! Gardner Horizons. A 1,000 light seconds away. In the refinery, 10. In this one, because I've got a monster ship. Quite a few. We're going to sell a lot. Who's in system? Federal gunship. A vulture. Yeah, you know what he's after, don't you? Another vulture. Diamondback scout. Imperial Eagle. A keel back all the way down there. Busy old system. There's a lot of fleet carriers here as well, which means I doubt I'm going to get best price for this. Oh, look at that. Who's this then? What? Yeah, okay. Do you know what? I'll entertain you. Beamy lasers, beamy lasers, beamy lasers. Yeah. Oh, no, you don't. A foreign body has been attached, look. Who's this other guy? Someone in a cobra. See, they're ripping me off, look. They're ripping me off with all my stuff. Just means I gotta get all my stuff. Right, you've had it, mate. I've had enough of you. Who's this other guy? I think he's run off now. We're going to roast this Type 4. Yeah, your shields are offline, mate. More incoming limpets. Oh, do you know what? I might just blow through you. So I rammed it at the same time. They're pinching all my stuff. Look at that, look. It's terrible. Run. No. Never. Well, I've got shields. I'll take him out. They're trying their best, aren't they? He's nearly gone. Missiles now, look. They're going for it, ain't they? Surge the tech. No, I'm coming for you. I am going for you. He's trying to run. He's trying to run. He's running. He's going. Gone. Well, that's fantastic. Look at that. Going to pick all that stuff up now. Got to make some bloody collectors. I know. Cheeky, eh? So what do they have then? Right, let's get over there. Just out of range it was, look. Right, bring all my stuff back to me. How much do they get away with? Or what they try to get away with? They try getting away with 7 tons. So what's that? 4 million? Something like that? Just for having a go? So come on, fellas. Go pick up all my stuff. Charge my shields up in case I do another jump now and they come back. There go the limpets. So they got the stuff out the hopper first, which was quite irritating. But, hey, never mind. So, where are we going? Garden or Horizons? Yeah, see, 250 in the cargo hold. I've got more than that, see? No space for cargo. Jump. Jump away and see if we can get there this time. Ah, never a dull moment. Right, where were we? Coming into dock. Did I have point defense? Yes, I have got point defense. No other targets on the system. Let's zoom in a bit quicker. If I won't overshoot it. Oh, if I've been overshot that, what am I doing? Normally that works so well for me. Ugh. Come on, come on, come on. Right, here we are. Finally. Docking Bay 24. Let's get over there. Line ourselves up into the portal. Slow us down a little bit. Pad 24. There it is. Into land, nice and easy. Come on, I was on that then. There you go. Refuel ourselves up, repair ourselves, rearm ourselves. Starport services. Am I pledged? Not yet. Something I'm going to be doing. Imperials probably want prismatic shields. Right. Let's check the mission board first. They might say, I want loads of Painite. No such luck. Look at this. Donations. Right. That's not happening. Right. Here we go. Well, we'll sell that. 709. Look at that. 709. That's crap. So what I'm going to do is, I'm already going to sell. That amount, I think. And then I'll sell a bit more. But I got 213,000, 213 million there. It's not the payday I was quite really expecting. Do you know what I mean? You know? Wasn't quite expecting it. You know? Hardly worth it, was it? Still a lot of profit, mind. You know, hours of your time. But there you go. What I'm going to do is just going to exit. Now I've got 250 in it. Then I'm going to continue. Starport services. There's the market. Sell. Nope. 709 credits. There it is. Let's sell them quick. Done. 1.392 billion is now what I have there. I will transfer the billion over to my carrier. And then what I'm going to do is keep the 392 million for myself to play with. And that's what I've been doing. Thank you everyone who's watched this stream this lovely Sunday afternoon. I hope you have a really good week. Join me next week round about the same time on a Sunday. I'll be on you doing a stream. Do some more Guardian stuff, I think. Check out the tutorials, Ulrich. I hope I misspelled your name. Ulfric. Check them out. Check out the channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Loads of content on there. Not only Elite Dangerous, Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, Subnautica, Frostpunk. There's some stuff on there about animes, some stuff about Microsoft Teams and Google and all the sort of other stuff that's probably going to be utterly useless to a lot of people. But anyway, check it all out. Lots of Elite Dangerous tutorials and videos on there. Thanks for watching. See you soon. And I really do appreciate you watching.